Hey guys, Lucian here. I trust you're doing well. And in this video, I'm going to share how do we use the moving averages. So by now, we obviously know to get the moving averages up, I'll go to indicators. I'll put in MA. There's a moving average. I'll click on it, and then it will obviously bring it up. Then I can set it here. So different time frames. Now I'm setting this one to 7 days and a more higher time period, because the bigger the time period, obviously, the stronger the trend. Now, as you can see in yellow, it shows the 7-day moving average, and the 100 is in blue, the 100-day moving average. So what is the moving average? It's basically, it does what the name says. It's basically the average in that period of time where the specific coin or asset has moved. Now, how do we use it? Remember, we normally look for different, we use different tools, like for instance, the volume, the RSI, etc. So if you have 3 or more confirmations, then you kind of feel more secure in basically making a decision. Now, here we see that the 7-day moving average, it shows that we are actually going upwards. Now we also see that the 100-day moving average, it meets one another there where the price is actually. Now, what do you do in this case? Remember, let's say you got your first confirmation. Let me just bring out my pencil. So this is obviously the average volume. We all know that this shows the volume. So this is the average volume. So it's quite average. So it's not like impulsive buying that's happening. So we see it's actually kind of normal. So this is sustainable. So that is, for instance, our first confirmation. Let's say we bring up the other indicators, we get another confirmation, a second, a third. Now we're looking for a fourth confirmation, for instance. Obviously here, we can see that there's a supply zone. So you are kind of cautious, and now you actually want to actually check your moving average. So you would want to actually see this break here, because it comes from the 7-day moving average, shows that it's going up, but it can actually bounce off and get rejected by the 100-day moving average that has actually happened here. But if it were to break through, then you know, obviously that moving average will then tend to become a support instead of a resistance. So let's go forward and see. We're playing, there it bounces off. So what sign is this? So now obviously the 7-day moving average is more flexible, because I mean, it's just a moving average over the last 7 days, but the 100-day moving average is the moving average over the last 100 days. So now it bounces off there. So it's kind of easier for you to actually make a decision to get in here, because that moving average, the 100-day moving average, which is stronger and more solid than the 7-day, it will now also tend to act as a resistance should the price come down and then bounce off there normally. So let's see how Bitcoin then played out. Let's say you bought now and you feel comfortable and you put your stop loss -2. So that is, for instance, your fourth confirmation, which is the moving average. And you would your -2 would obviously be below your 100-day moving average, so it can actually act as a support. So let's continue and see how it plays out. There we see it bounces off the 7-day moving average, tries to break it, and it continues. So it kind of keep testing it. Now, some would ask, now why didn't you use the 50-year or the 200-day moving average? Guys, test out one and see how it works out for you. Your subconscious brain mind will actually pick up things that you don't realize at this point of time as yet. You need to first experience it, then you will actually start to be able to see what works better for you. So you cannot make a decision what will work better for you, 50, 200, or 100, based on what others say. It's important that you can, for instance, bring up more moving averages, the 50 and the 200. So you can have 4, like 7. Let me just go to indicators, bring up another MA, bring up another one. Let me go set them. Let's say I set this one for 50. 50-day moving average. Okay. 7, 50, 100, and 200, for instance. Guys, if you decide 79 or 80, don't it's not a train smash, but just put them up. So now you obviously see, if you have these 4 here and you use all of them, most probably here you would have gotten in at a bigger amount, a way bigger amount, because you are so secure, because the 7-day, it's above the 7-day, it's above the 50-day, it's above the 100, it's above the 200-day even. So you would feel very much comfortable actually getting in and with a bigger amount, because you have so many confirmations. And afterwards, your moving averages, you will start deleting some of them, because you tend to, for instance, notice that the 50-day moves works better for you, or the 100-day or the 200-day. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. See you on the next one.